morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to another episode of Inspiring Educators. Once again, this is your host, Teacher Brian from the Philippines. And I'm very honored, once again, okay? Allow me, dear listeners, to tell that I'm very honored, okay, to have this wonderful man from the United States, okay? This is his third time to drop by to our podcast and is going to be sharing a very wonderful news. Okay, a very wonderful news that you'll be part of. So without further ado, let's all welcome a good friend of mine, Amir Doctor. Amir, welcome. How you been doing, man?
Hey, Bryant, man. Thanks for having me. Man, I love your show, love the podcast, and thanks so much for having me this third time. I really appreciate it.
Oh my goodness, man. This is an honor. Just like what I keep on saying every time you drop by in here, it's an honor to have a very wonderful man, a very fantastic educator. So, Amir, okay, we might got some new listeners in here. So, tell us, what is Glean all about?
All right. Well, I started Glean back in 2020. It is a global learning exchange of all nations. That's what it stands for. And basically, we're like the United Nations for kids. I created we started with 5 countries and we came together to help students in Tanzania. I went to Africa and I saw a school that really didn't have anything, and it broke my heart to the point where I wanted to make an action and do something about it. And at the time, I was a teacher working in Montclair, New Jersey, and I filmed the whole thing, everything that I saw in Tanzania, and I brought it to my students, and they felt the same way that I did, which didn't surprise me. And they wanted to do something, and I asked every single one of those students in that room that saw that video, I asked them who wanted to help, and everybody raised their hand. And from that point, Glean was kind of born. So Glean is a community, an international community of students that meet about twice a month. And they get to know each other, they build friendships, they get to know each other, and they work on charity projects with each other, which every year we have different charity projects. And this year we have a big one that I want to tell you about.
Oh my goodness. Actually, dear listeners, Amir started this way back 2020. What exact date would it be, Amir? You started the team, what date was it?
February 4th.
And it's our already the second anniversary, right? In a few weeks right now. Am I right?
Yes, it is.
That's so
it is Glean's birthday is coming up. I feel like it's my birthday.
We're so excited, man. Yeah. We're so excited. And by the way, tell us, Amir, before we get to the big news that you got for us, during the first 2 years, okay, could you share to our listeners during the first and the second year, what are the projects that Glean have made to the wonderful students of Tanzania?
All right. So I didn't hear the very last part, but I heard the first 2 years. Okay.
Yeah, the first 2 years. What's the project that we have given to the wonderful students of Tanzania, man?
Right. All right. So the first year we connected with Books for Africa. Shout outs to Carol over there, Books for Africa. We started a container shipment project, which was a fundraiser. We were trying to raise about $11,000 to send a container shipment of 592 books to the school there in Tanzania, Nungwi Primary School in Tanzania. We didn't quite reach the 11,000. We stalled out maybe around 6,000, but Books for Africa was nice enough to send 3 boxes of books to that school on our behalf. And also Japan, shout out to Noriko Matsubara, and the Japanese branch of Glean was able to send 3 boxes of supplies to Tanzania. So school supplies, and also in the second year, our Japanese branch, oh my gosh, they have been like integral, so like important to Glean, because the second year, our project was to make posters, our educational posters. So in the classroom, if you're learning, you might see posters up that'll help guide your learning. In science, it'll be like a table of the elements, or in math, it could be a multiplication chart. In geography, it could be a map, or you see where I'm going with this. So we wanted to make educational posters, and we did. We came together on a Zoom ambassadors conference, and all of the students worked together to build these posters, and Japan had them printed out and shipped to Tanzania. And then they sent us pictures where they were in their school and they had the posters up. And so that always feels good. So the first 2 years, we got video evidence of the students opening up the books and how happy they were. And in the second year, we saw them holding the posters. So we're 2 for 2, man. We are getting our goals. We are hitting our goals. And this year is we just keep building up, and we just keep doing more. So in line with that, this is going to be a big one too.
My goodness. From books to posters, you've given the wonderful students of Tanzania a quality education, man. That was really amazing, okay? Because from the books that you've shared, they could learn new things. From the posters that our team from Japan have shared with them, they could have references. So that was really something that our listeners should look upon in checking out Glean itself as an organization.
Yeah.
But now, Amir, I'm so excited, okay? I'm so excited to hear from you. What's with Glean this 2022? I bet you got a fantastic news from us being part with this wonderful organization. So we wanted to hear it from you. Tell us, please.
So, all right, I am super excited to announce, and I'm super humbled to announce, this is something that I've been working on for the last 3 years. At the end of Glean's 2020 campaign, which, that's when the pandemic started, and it was super important for Glean to be here. At the end of that year, all of the students on our last ambassadors conference, it was in June of 2020, all of our students at the same time, we all emailed UNICEF, and we all asked them to work with us. We didn't hear anything at the time, but I had been trying to work with UNICEF for the last 3 years. And this year, we're partnering with UNICEF on our 2nd year anniversary. And we're going to have a fundraising event on February 5th, 5:30 a.m. GMT. That's Eastern Standard Time, GMT -5 for everybody located all over the world. At 5:30 GMT -5, which is Eastern Standard, New York time, we're going to have a fundraiser. We're going to have a Glean Awards showcase. This awards showcase is to unveil our projects. We are starting several projects that I'm happy to announce. The first is Glean's YouTube channel. Now, Glean's YouTube channel exists, but we're revamping it, and we're re-unwrapping it. Basically, it's going to be a bunch of students making content that people would like in favor of promoting our VR project to Tanzania. So what we wanted to do is we are going to use the students' content to ramp up our page. And then once we get to 1,000 subscribers, the way YouTube works is then you get monetized. And we're going to use that money to bankroll our virtual reality project of giving the students in Tanzania a 21st century education. And what we're going to do is we're going to have our Glean members are going to receive headsets, cardboard headsets, which are going to be, they're going to be able to make the cardboard headsets. And we're going to ship those cardboard headsets along with the 592 boxes of books from Books for Africa once we reach that goal. And we're also going to be sending refurbished cell phones. So the students in Tanzania who are sitting on the floor with nothing, I'm going to go over there. Once we reach our target, I'm going to move over there to Tanzania and make sure that that project gets seen all the way through until we have the VR headsets on those students with the refurbished cell phones inside of the VR viewers and the educational lessons downloaded onto those refurbished cell phones so that the students can watch and enjoy educational content from this century.
Wow. Right now, that's what I can only say.
Big plans.
Actually, man, I would say it's not a big plan because, dear listeners, as you've heard, during the first 2 years of Clean, we have shipped books, we have shared posters, and it's not just the students, the educators from the United States. We got partners from different countries. Once again, shout out to Noriko from Japan for assisting with regards to the posters. So definitely, Amir, this event that we're gonna be having for 2022 is not a big plan. It's a plan that can happen right away. So once again, Amir, what date will it be and what time?
All right, so it's going to be February 5th, 2022. So in about 2 weeks at 5:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which if you follow Universal Time Coordinated is GMT -5 at 5:30 a.m. We are going to have a guest speaker, Caitlin McKern, who is the director of global programming there at UNICEF. We're also going to have Carol from Books for Africa. She's been a partner with us since year one in the container shipment project. That's how we're going to get the things over to Tanzania. And also, I forgot to mention this. You and your students have been a member of Glean also, which have been your students, and like they are such leaders. And I just want to give a shout out to you and your students for being a part of Glean this year, because it was super important for our younger students to see role models in your students, especially how they moderate, how they lead conversations, and the projects that they put together were excellent. So shout outs to you on that, man.
Thank you so much, Amir, for appreciating those small things, actually, because your team here in the Philippines, as much as we wanted to help, but the current situation because of COVID-19. So what we can only share right now is to provide good quality of education to those who really need in it. Most of my students, actually, dear listeners, have participated in Glean. We have tried to become moderators. Actually, some of my students led the project for 2021. But apparently, because of some challenges, we just need to, it's not that we have moved away, but they're also trying to cope up with the education, because most of my students, dear listeners, as you might know, they are under the university, okay? But definitely, Amir, you will be supported not just by the Philippine team, but all the countries who are helping, supporting, okay, and within the family of Glean. So we're so excited. On the 5th of February 2022, 5:30 a.m. GMT -5 for Glean's first annual awards in partnership with UNICEF. And also, Amir, is there any link that they need to, join into? Do they need to click onto it to be part of?
Yes. Thank you for reminding me. So the link is events.unicef.org/event/Glean-4-Tanzania. Again, events.unicef.org/event/GLEAN-4-Tanzania. TANZANIA.
Wonderful, my friend. I'm also gonna be adding that one up here on the description of our podcast. So to all the listeners out there, okay, this is the time. This is the time, because most of us are living in our own comfort. Most of us have experienced, even in this midst of pandemic, a quality education. And it's not late to support our fellow students from Tanzania. Okay? They are really looking into your help. Whether it's monetary, whether it is a simple material, whether it's just a prayer. Okay? But once again, we would appreciate you joining once again Glean's first annual awards, February 5th, 2022, 5:30 a.m. GMT -5, and the link to join it will be added in the description. Okay? And also, Amir, before we ended up this special edition of my podcast, would you like to give any messages or any last sharings to our participants or listeners in this podcast?
Yes. So I have a sneak peek coming soon. Is a YouTube channel called Best Practices 360. And what it is my partners in Japan, Noriko Masabura, my partner in Vietnam, Ha Na, and my partner in Belarus, Yulia Kozina, and me, I'm in Mexico, and I have another partner, Timothy Agnostis, in New Jersey. So those countries, the United States, Mexico, Japan, Vietnam, Belarus, are going to be sharing their best practices in their classroom in 360. So you will be able to go on that YouTube channel and see their classrooms from inside. You'll be sitting in, and you'll be able to, on a mobile device, swipe around and see the classroom. So for example, if you're a principal and you are walking in on a teacher to give them advice or to give them constructive criticism, you're writing notes, this is the same thing. But when you watch and you see the lessons going on, you're going to write it in the comments and give us feedback, and then we take that feedback and make our lessons even better. So that channel is going to be coming soon in February, and hopefully it'll create a resource for teachers and administrators, principals, and superintendents to give professional development to their staff. So that doesn't exist anywhere in the world, and that's coming soon, and I'm super excited about it. And hopefully when we're ready to unleash that, Bryant, we can come back. I'm going to bring all of the ladies, and we will talk about that together next time.
I'm so excited, Amir, for another episode with you, because, dear listeners, like what we've mentioned, this is the third time that Amir, visited our very humble podcast. And you know what, man, I'm really honored that you always considered inspiring educators, and definitely, man, you got the stamp of being one of the most inspiring educators that I've met. So once again, Amir, please invite them to the first annual Glean Awards.
You are cordially invited to watch the champions of Glean from all over the world. I'm telling you, these students are the next leaders of our free planet. You have an opportunity to watch them at their best and watch us celebrate our future leaders of the world. So you are welcome. 5:30 a.m. February 5th. That's in about 2 Saturdays from now. And we would love to have you. So hopefully we will see you there. You can buy tickets at our UNICEF ticketing page, events.unicef.org/event/Glean-4-Tanzania. That's where you can buy a ticket, and hopefully we'll see you there.
Thank you so much, my friend. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, Amir Dockery, the founder of Glean, and let's all support this event, this once-in-a-lifetime event of helping, saving, and making a better future for the students of Tanzania. First Annual Glean Awards, February 5th, 2022, 5:30 a.m. GMT -5. Links events.unicef.org/event/Glean-4-Tanzania. The links will be shared in the description of this podcast. Once again, Amir Dockery, thank you so much, my good friend, for visiting Inspiring Educators.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it, man. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, my friend. So you've heard one of the United States treasure. Let me call him a treasure because he don't just stop in improving. He don't just stop in helping these students from another country. He keeps on improving his ability, his skills, his passion, and if you would allow me, dear listeners, his life in serving for the betterment of our future. Once again, this is your host, Teacher Brian, and thank you so much for listening to Inspiring Educators. Until our next episode. See you all.